Welcome to tonight's matchup of the Maine South Hawks at the Barrington Broncos. Barrington having their senior night tonight. Game time is set at 4:30. It is 4:38 currently. Tonight, I'm joined by Ryan Sadler, Jonah Burks, and myself, Jason Zaylor, covering this game. Highly anticipated matchup of two fairly good teams. Despite Maine South's record, they are a very good competitor. Super excited to see what's going to go on in this game. I'm going to shoot it to my co-hosts, Ryan Sadler and Jonah Burks. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, I think you said it perfectly. Maine South's record doesn't add up to the team that they really are. They've had some good wins against Lane Tech, Rolling Meadows, Lions, and Buffalo Grove. But then again, they've had some tough losses, losing to Nutria twice, Glenbrook South twice, Niles North Oswego East, just to name a few. I think this is a team that has potential, but they really haven't reached it. Barrington needs to be careful this game against a team like Maine South. Jonah, what about you?
I agree with that. Maine South also has some good height comparative to Barrington. And I think, again, 9-5 outside of their conference. And they've been able to play a lot of teams tight. And we'll see how Barrington does with this lineup of all seniors here to start.
Absolutely. As we see again tonight, we have a lineup of all seniors. So it'll be very interesting to see what's going to go on with that.
Tip is controlled by Barrington here. And Tyler Schultz is going to start at point. And a quick turnover there to start as Schultz tried to get it into Ricky Choice, number 21.
That is Tyler Sierra, one of the star players for this Maine South team. 5'11" junior, running the point. There he is with the ball. Pass out to Sotos, that is, the sophomore.
Three is no good. Ricky Choice will control it back to Schultz at the top. So we'll see how this lineup of Barrington seniors, again, not a lineup that really sees a lot of time on the floor, if any, this season. So we'll see how cohesive they look as a unit. And we'll see how long this unit stays out here on the floor. Obviously, a special unit for senior night.
I think they can have a good start here. They should be in for a decent amount here. If you get a good lead going, there's no need of taking them out unless they're tired. There's Tyler Schultz with the ball.
Absolutely, Tyler Schultz with the ball. Back out to Connor Baird. Minutes has elapsed. No points on the board. Yeah, Alex Schmidt's up. It will not go.
It's a tough shot.
Recovered by Maine South. 13. Tom Baridmas will not go.
Rebound controlled there by Ricky Choice. Very personally for me, I'm very excited to see him get some minutes in this game.
Absolutely.
I think he's got some stuff to prove this game.
Minute and a half and he's already stat padding.
Ricky Choice looking for an opening. Will not take a shot. Back out to Alex Schmitz. Schmitz. Hard. Schmitz will not go. Rebounded.
He'll get fouled.
We'll call it on Maine South.
Stadler, what would you have to say for this ball movement early here for Barrington's offense? Obviously they don't look as cohesive as past units, and we're still tied here 0-0.
I think it looked pretty good. These are guys that are, and here we go, coming in the normal starters now, but I think it's good for them. They move the ball well. They do the things that they were told by the coach. I think it looked pretty good, so it was good for them to get on the floor, get some minutes, and most of them maybe might never see the floor the rest of the season. So it's a good thing for them.
And here we got the substitution of 4 Broncos out here, as it seems like the main starting lineup will take the court.
Alex Schmitz for his second free throw. Landing his first. Will not get it. Nearly lost by Maine South. Key players for Maine South to watch are Tyler Sierra and Penotis Sotos, the junior and the sophomore.
Good pass out.
There goes Sierra. Will not get it. Rebounded by Piper. Back to Gabe. Shoot around ends at Adam Baird. To Oliver Gray. Alex Schmitz up. Will not go. His second attempt at 3 of the night.
I'd say we've seen some quality ball movement out of Maine South. Definitely that last possession, they got a solid look. Nice open look, but nothing falling here as we near about 3 minutes into this game. Still a 1-0 lead for the Broncos.
But I think it's going to be really important here for Barrington this game. Push the ball pretty quick, Obviously, we've got Jonas Keys the game coming up. But if the Broncos can push it in transition pretty well, they can get some key buckets off of that. Get a few more points in Maine South, have a good advantage in that category.
Oliver Gray looking for a way out.
It's a good pass.
Piper will lay it in.
It's a clean finish.
Great pass.
Yeah, that's Oliver Gray just doing what he does best: shoot the ball and distribute. He's really a two-pronged attack on offense.
Grid must.
Oh, smoked the layup.
I think it's pretty interesting how we got 3 points on the board and it's been almost 4 minutes. I mean, anything to speak on that?
Well, I definitely think when you start with the lineup of seniors, I'm not sure how much Tucker was really expecting to get out of that. I think definitely very honorary. Respect, obviously, for the seniors, as they are getting acknowledged tonight. But I think also what's surprising is kind of the dichotomy between what we saw on Thursday night and what we're seeing here this afternoon, kind of in terms of pace, as Maine South knocks down a 3 ball to tie it 3 apiece, and a timeout by Tucker.
Navarro will hit that shot. The timeout will be called for the Hawks.
Yeah, Jonah, I think you make a good point there. We look at Thursday. This is a high-flying team, scoring almost every other possession. And you look at this, you're halfway in, and it's 3-3. It's an odd place to be, and I think that's one reason Tucker's calling this time out here, so that he can gather the troops here, so that he knows so they can get some points going here. So you need to start a game strong. And we look here through Barrington this year, having a pretty good year. They're 15-4 on the season overall. We got some notable wins against Palatine, Conant, New Trier. They have had some notable losses, though. Again, another one at Conant and one at Crystal Lake South, but not many in the loss column. They're 6-1 in conference. We compare that to Maine South, 9-12 overall in the year. Really not great, but again, better than their record shows. They are 0-7 in conference, though. It's not a great look.
Into possession, nifty pass there into Piper. Give Barrington the 2-point advantage down the court. I just think Maine South hasn't been that efficient in shooting. We've seen them blow a couple open layups, a couple open shots, and really slow down this pace, try and match a shot for shot with Barrington here.
Absolutely. Once again, over 4 minutes have elapsed, and we only have a score of 5-3 Broncos. Big man, nearly open. They'll call that foul on Barrington.
I mean, such as an example of Maine South's really kind of incompetency to really corral the ball and make quick shots here. I mean, you just stumbled, didn't control the ball cleanly, and yeah, he's going to the line, but that could have been easy too. So we're kind of seeing, maybe the record show true here in these first 5 minutes.
That's a good point right there, Jonah. Knocks on the first
one. First free throw is knocked down clean by Yadgar.
Matthew Yadgar, yeah. 6'1", forward and center. He's a senior. He's been a staple for this program for the last few years. So knock them both down. For Yadgar right there, 5'5", 3:24 left in the game. As Adam Baird will push the pace here. He's got the ball top of the 3-point line. Piper to Gabe in the corner.
We had supposed a little bit of technical difficulties, but Maine South there with the steal. Cannot finish. The referees are going to call the penalty on Barrington. It's going to stay Maine South ball.
Barrington foul number 2, Adam Baird.
Adam Baird will collect that foul.
Yadgar there. Yadgar, charging in. Going to the free throw line again, trying to knock down his third free throw. It's true.
3 for 3. That's a lucky number right there. Some would say.
We apologize for that slight delay. There seems to have been somebody said something about our stream not working. I checked it. Didn't think the audio was working, but It is. So we're all good.
Now
Hawks
we
take the lead, 7-5.
just feels like Barrington is coming out way slower in this game. Now we've gotten some efficient layups to start, but maybe it was just the lineup throwing off at the start. That's a turnover there for the Broncos. But it just definitely seems a little bit off.
Definitely don't disagree. You know, they just look a little slow, a little sluggish. You know, Tucker, I think, going to utilize a lot more of his bench today. One, it's senior night, but two, they just don't look ready. They don't look prepared. And then, again, as you mentioned, that could have been due to them not getting their normal start. Could have thrown them all out of whack, but we'll have to see how this develops throughout the game.
Sotos looking pass it back to Dylan Navarre. Sotos back out. Jack Sladkey in at the game. Zero will be good. Hawks take a 10-5 lead over the Broncos with less than 2 minutes remaining in the first period.
What we're really seeing here is like a very slowed down pace, and you see Maine South, so many passes there looking for an open shot. Just wonder how Barrington can respond.
It's a
Oliver Gray knocks down the
deep
long mid-range too. That's away.
So it's a lucky shot there. That's not the one you want. You know, you'll take the points, but I have a feeling Tucker's going to have a conversation with him when he's on the bench. You know, you got to look for better shots than that.
Blown down.
So charge.
Maine South. Sladkey with the foul.
Substitute for Barrington, 32, Bruce LeBlanc.
I mean, I think this has got to be said is we've seen a lot more usage of the benches on both sides compared to games in the past where it's really just 5, maybe 6 guys on the floor the entire game. Of course, something could be said for Barrington throwing out their seniors to start, but nonetheless, it is interesting to see a couple other guys coming out, especially for a team like Maine South, who seems to have kind of their top 4, top 5 guys pretty locked down, similar to Barrington.
Oh, definitely. And I think we even saw with that just last substitution here of Bruce LeBlanc entering the game, getting some more minutes recently. Definitely seeing Tucker trying to go deeper in his bag in terms of what he has of players. As the layup is missed by Maine South.
Piper will take it out. Piper driving to the basket. They will call a travel on Piper.
Wow.
Few too many steps there, man. See if Maine South kind of wants to control this down, get the final shot of the quarter, and go
25 seconds remaining.
Get out of here up a point or more.
So deep 3 by
Come on.
Jack Sladkey that he drills.
Let it fly with quick 3. Piper, tough 2, cannot bounce around. Put back by Baird.
Baird, great job by him, putting it back up to finish with only a 2-point deficit. The Hawks lead the Broncos 13-11 as we'll take a short break. We are back right at the start of the second period. like to throw up a classic. Jonah Burke's keys to the game. Jonah, can we go over these quickly?
So I'd say the first key, prioritize defensive efficiency. We saw last game how Frem kind of moved very fast up and down the court, slow down the game, make them have to work for their shots, which we saw Maine South was able to do. But, are all those shots going to fall down? We'll see. But if you keep playing good defense, eventually they're going to start missing. My next one would be start the second half strong. We saw in the last game, Barrington getting a deep hole to start off the second half. So we'll really see that pan out, after these 8 minutes elapse. And then my last key would be, get open and use space, use your speed. Barrington is a very quick team. We've seen Maine South has a lot of bigs. And so being able to just run very fast, make moves around them, that would definitely be an advantage for Barrington.
Yeah, I think those are
Maine South opens up the scoring here with another 3, starting to knock down from beyond the arc.
Well, I think Barrington just really hasn't gotten their 3 points going at all. They've taken 1-3 Alex Smith in the first quarter. That is so unlike them. They're a team that doesn't necessarily rely on it, but a lot of their game is centered around looking for the 3 ball. They've been taking some deep 2s, some floaters, which have been good, but, if you're not playing to your strengths, you're not going to play well. It's actually a good drive by Oliver Gray. Get 2 for them.
Be a 10 by Oliver Gray. Hawks lead the Broncos 16-13. Back in Barrington's territory, I'd like to turn to a new segment with Ryan's impact players. We take a quick look. Maine South's Sotos and Barrington Schmitz.
Yeah, I think
Ryan,
both those guys are great guys. Obviously, Panayota Sotos from Maine South, number 12. Played both the guards, played the forward. He plays really everywhere. He's a sophomore who had time playing on varsity last year as a freshman. He's a great player, really looking to grow into his own this year. And obviously no one else other than Alex Schmitz. I think, on senior night, why not get a senior to be an impact player as he takes a shot? But he's a senior. His presence is felt. He's a leader on his team. He's an effective player. He just knows how to play the game of basketball. And I think that's great for the younger guys on this team to look up and see a guy who can be as effective as he is and learn from that.
No foul called on Oliver for that big put up. By number 11, Sierra will not go. Rebounded by Piper. Go ahead.
This last minute, we've seen kind of a lot of shots being thrown up here, and trying to go fast, use the tempo. See which team it favors here.
Nearly get away from Gabe to Alex.
That's a good pass.
Go. Pushed away. No foul called. Back up the court to a nearly wide open 21. Navarre. Dribbling around. Will not go. Number 12, Sotos. Should we comment on kind of the lack of offense that we've seen thus far this second? Or is this just par for the course? We're just waiting for something to happen.
I think you might be right. I think this might just be part for the course here. Neither team really exploding in this second quarter. None of them exploded in the first quarter. I think it's slightly better. They're starting to get into this game more, but slow starts for both teams, honestly. Especially Barrington, a team who we know can score the basketball. They've really struggled to get some shots down and even just take shots. Period. I think they're passing up opportunities that normally they would take.
I agree with that, Stadler. Definitely would say these last few minutes to start this second quarter, the scoring, the pace has been more rampant, a lot more shots being thrown up. But definitely for that first quarter, I feel like teams were looking for a lot of open looks. And when one team slows down the game, it really slows down the game for the other team because, they're trying to take as many quality shots as they can as the amount of shots that they're going to get is diminished. So, but yeah, definitely a faster pace here. I think it's going to speed up as the game goes on.
Absolutely. So far, I'd say we've just we've played ball. That's it. Broncos are trailing by 7. We've been in worse positions and come back to win, minding the Conan game or the game against Fremd. Do we think that this is something of an issue for Barrington, or is it just hey, we're resting our guys, we're just running through the course, and that's it?
I don't think it's too much of an issue. If anything, I think it proves that Barrington knows how to come back. They don't they wouldn't feel uncomfortable in a situation like this. Down 7. I mean, we saw with Fremd. Even they've been down more, and they've been down more in later in a game like this. So I think honestly, Barrington's pretty comfortable in this position. Obviously, they know that they can, play better against inferior opponents. But I definitely think, this is not to discredit Maine South. I mean, Maine South's a good team, so they're going to play hard. They're going to play well, and I think we're just seeing just a good battle between two teams right now. And a Barrington team that might have woke up a little bit sleepy to start. Right, first 3 minutes you have an adverse lineup, then you put in your starters. It's not the same, but again, the Broncos are starting to wake up here.
Definitely. I couldn't agree more, Jonah. I think your point about the way they play against Fremd was, can speak to this. They've been in worse positions. They know how to face adversity. And so you just got to get them time to get settled in, get these shots up, and they'll be good to go.
Barrington will start out of the timeout. A little over 4 minutes remaining in the half. They're looking for anything. Back out to Alec. Alec will shoot a 3.
It's a bad 3.
Piper to Alec. Alec puts it up. Great layup.
Quick redemption too there. Good rebound by Piper. Dish down to Schmitz. Clean look, but we've seen Schmitz a little bit off on his shots from long range. I wonder if that will continue throughout the rest of this game. You would think eventually he has to heat up, maybe regress, or really improve back to his mean average, which was around 50% from 3. So,
absolutely. And that foul will be called on Maine South. I'll shoot it over to Ryan. A little bit of a hotter start. Get the ball back. What's the plan now?
Well, again, I think you got to shoot the 3. You got to take your chances. You won't. As a great. Oh, and there's a turnover. But as the great Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you're not taking the shots, you're not going to score. And I think they need to take shots, whether it's 2, 3. Take those shots, and you got to see what happens.
Soto's will knock down that for 2. Back to Barrington ball. Hawks lead 22, Broncos 15. Piper to Schmitz. Schmitz looking for anybody. Piper not in the paint. Broncos have stayed consistently at mid to long range shots this game. Majority of their points coming from the mid.
That's a good spin. Good finish. That's Oliver Gray. Beautiful. Drive the lanes, spin move. Just left him in the dust.
I mean, just nifty. When you have a player like Oliver, sometimes, to stop the bleeding, get the momentum back, you just need a tough player to start hitting his tough shots. That one was tough right there.
Ethan Della Navarre. Fadeaway jumper.
What we've also been able to see is Maine South respond back with tough jumpers of their own, like what Stadler said. Soto's hitting that tough J on the few possessions ago. And then again, another tough mid-ranger. Mid-ranger's maybe not the most efficient shot in basketball, but it seems like Maine South's knocking them down at a pretty efficient clip so far.
Absolutely. Maine South will have that foul on Sotos, Barrington's ball. I'd like to take a second to honor our seniors for the night. Of course, we have, actually, I'll just wait for a second. Could be big.
Good drive.
Piper.
Strong.
Off the backboard. Rebound, Baird. Baird's will
Good
go
finish.
in. I'd like to take a second to honor our Barrington seniors. Alex Schmitz, Tyler Schultz, Connor Baird, Ricky Choice, Owen Hart, Gabe Gakin, and Coach William Bell, the sophomore assistant coach. Hell of a season for these guys. And can't wait to see what they go on to do next.
Just say about that last possession, Connor Baird just finds himself right sometimes in those great positions, just catch offensive boards, get a quick put back, and you see that one rattled around, but it landed softly into the net.
Sierra trying to drag on that foul. Rebounded by Schmitz to Oliver Gray.
Fast break.
Will be swarmed by Hawks. Schmitz let go. Rebounded by Schmitz. Back
There it
in.
is.
Broncos have cut the lead to only 3.
There's a timeout taken by Maine South. I think this is the
Needs some
Bronco
stuff.
offense waking up here.
I mean, can you say that we're back, or is this just, are we back? Are we coming back? I mean, 2 minutes remaining. What is this game plan right now?
I'll tell you right now, we have momentum because clearly Maine South senses something. Their sense are slipping a little bit in quicksand, so they're calling a timeout. Schmidt's there. He's getting his paint work. I mean, maybe not the most efficient day for him, right? Missing a couple of threes, missing a couple of layups that you would think he would make, but he's still getting them down. He's getting offensive boards, and obviously, I mean, the lead's diminished down to 3. Maine South feels a little bit of pressure. They've missed a couple of shots. Barrington's hitting a couple more shots, so definitely some momentum's in our favor.
Oliver Gray and Alex Schmitz lead the team with 6 points apiece. Broncos currently. And there's Oliver Gray out for the free throw. 7 points for Oliver.
Lead down to 2 now for Maine South.
Resume ball with 1:49 remaining. Broncos trail the Hawks 22-24.
This possession, Barrington could go ahead and take the lead here. So definitely back in it, I'd say, Jason.
Hunter Baird will save the ball. They will call.
So Oliver stepped out of
Gray
bounds.
out of bounds.
Unfortunate turnover for, honestly, I would say a cleaner game today than we had on Thursday night. But definitely slower in terms of possessions. And we'll see how Barrington can close out the second half, perhaps on top.
Absolutely. There's big 3-shot
So hard
for Sladky. Will not go. 1:22 remaining. Piper, captain for the football team, trying to lead his team to a win here against a pretty difficult Maine South team. That'll be stolen. Yadgar will put it up. Less than a minute remaining. Hawks lead the Broncos 26-22.
It's a rare open That's a rare open layup that they actually made today for Maine South. So surprised they hit that one.
Piper.
Strong finish. He's had a few of those today. Nick has done really well.
Getting down in there, getting dirty.
Exactly.
Getting the quick bucket, too.
Maine South looking to respond. Sierra possibly trying to run out the clock, get a last-minute shot off. Less than 15 seconds remaining. The big man, Yadgar. Sadke will not go. Sierra will not go. They will call a foul. Maybe on Maine South?
Student section really,
so with
really
2.9 seconds, Broncos have a unique opportunity to tie this game or take the lead going into the half. Be interesting to see how they do this. Piper will start. Oliver Gray out, shot.
Barely sinks it. Well, at the end of the half here.
Into halftime, Barrington is trailing Maine South Hawks 24-26. We will be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody, to tonight's matchup of the Barrington Broncos versus the Maine South Hawks. Broncos trail the Hawks 26-24 as we enter the second half of this game. I'd like to bring you back up into the booth with us. Welcome. And I think it's a good point in time to bring back up Jonah Burke's keys to the game, especially considering we're entering the second half.
I think the biggest key, for Barrington here is, again, the same key. Be aggressive. Push the ball. I mean, we saw it last time with Fremd, except it was the complete opposite. Fremd came out, scored a quick 9-0 run. Barrington had to take a timeout, cool things down. That's going to be the key for the Broncos. Can you either weather the storm, keep it net neutral, or can you go up here in this first half, in the second half, put up some points, get out of the deficit?
Yeah, I think that's a good point by Jonah right there. You need to start this half strong. You came out flat in the first half. You're down 2 points at half. This is where you need to really turn it on and be the team that we've seen all year. Team that's 15-4 leading the MSL.
Oliver Gray looking back to Adam Baird. Will drive. Will not go. Rebounded. Piper puts back up. Spinning. Will not go. Out of bounds. The Broncos.
And I'd love to touch on the fact that I feel like this game is almost going the way that Maine South would like to, right? It's a close game. Right? They're 9-5 on the road, but if this game's going to go anything, like the past has shown, Barrington's very talented at home, and Maine South has lost more games than they've won. So I think Barrington's definitely in favor here, given the fact that they are still undefeated at home.
Schmitz taking that inbound and putting it up to tie the game. Maine South, of course, looking to win the second half as they won the first. However, Broncos already hitting Jonah's second key point of staying aggressive into the second half. Ryan, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, I think it's really important. You come out strong, start scoring some buckets like they just did, But again, to touch on one of your other points, be efficient on defense, If you don't let them score, you can't lose. It's as simple as that. Defense wins championships, and there's a reason that saying is as popular as it is, because it's true. Without defense, you can't win games. And if they don't, do something here soon to ensure that Maine South limits their offensive efficiency, they're going to be in for a long rest of this game. But I think they've come out in this first minute showing a lot better than they did in the first half.
Maine South's ball will be inbounded by Sierra. Yadgar, one of the leading scorers in the first half, come out back to Baridmas. Baridmas to Yadgar again. Baridmas with the ball. Looking for anything. Drawing out a long possession time. Wide open. Sierra will not go. Rebounded by Schmitz. You take the ball back up the court.
That's your quintessential slow possession there by Maine South. But again, when you play for that long and it ends in a miss, what does it do? Just drains more clock, gives Barrington an opportunity to get up even more.
Maine South fouling Barrington. Barrington will get the inbound. Alex Schmitz to Piper. I got to say, Maine South has done a pretty excellent job at defending this Barrington's offense, despite them being so fast, especially shutting down a lot of their openness when it comes to taking threes. That's kind of one of Barrington's key points, is finding a swift opening, taking that shot, and normally putting up a three or a mid-range two.
It's a good take by Oliver. He gets fouled there. Yeah,
that's one thing. I think Maine South has really been able to match Barrington athlete for athlete. As you know, in Barrington, a lot of the players, over 60% of the starting five, they play football. They got a lot of athletic guys, but I think Maine South is trying to match person for person with that as well, staying stout on defense.
Absolutely. Oliver Gray will take his first free throw and take the lead back for this game. Broncos lead 27-26.
First time that they've had the lead back since the first quarter. It's a big thing right here.
Opportunity for Oliver to lengthen that lead. And he'll hit it. Both of his free throws knocked down. Broncos lead 28-26. Their second lead of the game. However, they gave up that lead rather quickly in the first half. For some start defense by this Barrington, which so far they have played. What has changed for Barrington?
I think it's just, more the same. Maine South hasn't been able to get up many shots, and that's a testament to Barrington staying in front of their defenders, not letting anybody really get open. And again, even the jumpers that they have been able to put up, they just haven't been, as clean as you want. And also, we've, as seen right there, a lot of fouls. I think, teams might get up in the bonus here, as we read the second half. So
Inbound by Sierra. As Ian T-Paz will enter the game for Adam Baird.
Sierra to inbound here for the Hawks.
Sierra. Back to Sotos. Sotos. Yadgar. Yadgar. De La Nueva. The foul on Barrington. Ian T-Paz enters the game, commits a foul almost immediately.
First
Probably
of the
not
game.
the most ideal option for this Barrington offense, which they got started quick, but
Well, we just like to give his name on the score sheet early, Yeah, I think it's good. I think T-Pez, it's unlucky that he gets a foul there, but it's good to be aggressive, especially on defense. I think it's really important. There you go. That's good active hands by Al Schmitz. Tips the ball up. They get the ball right back.
absolutely. Oliver Gray looking for an opening. Will take the shot.
This is blocked.
Will be an air ball. Pass back out. Tapped out of bounds. That'll be on Barrington. No. We'll give it to Barrington.
seems like Maine South's coach very adamant about that call. Not rocking with it, but it's going to stay with the Broncos.
From our point of view, it definitely looked like Oliver got a hand on that and touched it out of bounds.
It did. That's in the corner by Schmitz. Bang! That's his spot. Alex Schmitz knocking on a big three-pointer. Him and Gabe love those corners.
Absolutely. Barrington take a 5-point lead over Maine South. Maine South has failed to put up a
Good
single
defense.
point and still turn it over. An errant pass, Oliver Gray. Speed.
Again, Schmitz in the corner. Bang again! 1, 2, and 3. That's how many points he puts on the board. Broncos take an 8-point lead at the 4-minute mark. Maine South takes a timeout. It's just a huge play right there by Alex Schmitz. Jonah, what do you think about those plays?
Man, count it up, Stadler. Count it up.
1, 2, 3.
That's 6 points in the last 2 possessions quickly down the court. Here we are, even 4 minutes for the third quarter. Maine South, they put up 0 points, a straight goose egg, and Barrington's got momentum back.
I think it's important to put this up. Alex Schmitz is Ryan's impact player of the game. So, Ryan, this is your guy. You already touched on it a little, but keep going.
Yeah, well, he's my guy for a reason. Look what he can do. Two back-to-back threes like that. Really, so far, he's playing a great game. He's got 13 right now. There's a reason he's my impact player. He's a leader on this team. He's a born scorer. He knows how to play the game of basketball, and he plays it well. I think if he keeps playing like this, he could get up to 20. The Broncos could walk away with a W here. But anything else to add, Jonah?
Yeah, I got to say, Maine South, not an ideal start at all. Have given up 8 straight points without putting up a single one since exiting the half. You have 4 minutes left in this period. What are you doing?
Man, I just think Maine South, they've just been trying to play their possession so slow, but I think Barrington's just very stout. I'd say probably try and speed up the ball movement if you're them. Try and get an open look because these long, drawn-out possessions are really getting you nowhere. And if anything, and you've seen the last few possessions, it just led to turnovers. And I'd also say for Barrington, you see it. Schmitz, missing a little bit early, but you just keep shooting, and especially they're shooting in the corner, the aura of his bench around him, his boys. It's senior night. He's playing in front of his parents, as he always is. So he's knocking down those buckets.
Absolutely. Maine South's ball to start with an 8-point deficit with less than 4 minutes remaining. Guess you're going to go to your star players of Sierra and Sotos first.
It's great defense by T-Pez. Again, I think the defense here has been really good by Barrington in the second half. They've done a lot better. They've gotten some turnovers, got some points off of turnovers. That's really important. There's an air ball by Sotos.
And it must be said, some of these passes, as many of you can see, have been either just off target or nearly over the players' heads. might be a
Another
problem.
bad shot.
Shots will
And
not
even a
go.
worse shot.
Missed layup again by Maine South.
You see it. The shots are going long. The shots are shooting short. Tired legs, maybe. You just have to wonder. I mean, what changed in that locker room?
Absolutely. No, I mean, Barrington's got to capitalize off this, in my opinion. They've already capitalized so far. Getting points on these next possessions is going to be vital for them staying in this game. Because, I mean, we can
There's a
see
three.
South can put points on the
Oh.
board. So there'll be a miss by Schmitz.
You know, I think what Jonah was talking about here, this is where you really need to push the pace, stay strong, tired legs. There's a good chance that happen. They're just not, they've been running a lot. That's why they have these slow possessions now. But this is where when you get the ball, you need to pound it down their throats. You really need to force the ball, get some points, force turnovers, because this is where teams get vulnerable. It's a great hand by Nick Piper there to get in the passing lane. But again, that's that defense. It's been doing so much better this half.
Absolutely. Jonah, would you like to point out their defense this half?
I mean, it's just stout. I mean, staying on their men. Making the passes very difficult. I mean, like you alluded to, difficult passes for Maine South. They can't really put two hands on them. And then again, like we saw them, 3 missed shots on the possession before. Like they're not getting clean looks. That's just a testament to Barrington playing high-level defense and high-level effort.
Absolutely. Once again, senior night tonight. Maybe playing a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little bit
There it
faster.
is.
There'll be another turnover by Maine South. Nearly pushed out of bounds again. Gabe, keep it in bounds to Oliver. Looking for anything. Oliver missed the
What was
basket.
that?
Maine South trudged down. Nearly wide open, bobbled. Maine South will bring it down. Their first points of the half. Little chaotic there, but I mean, what can we say? That's in due time for Barrington. So
Yeah, I mean, every team will go through, ebbs and flows where, it gets good, it gets bad. That'll go through. That's how the game works naturally, But it's when you go through these kind of shaky moments is how you respond. That's what'll determine what team is here to play and what team is going to walk away with a W.
And I also think when you try and go for a faster pace, like Ryan was alluding to, like, yes, you're going to get buckets, you're going to get more shot attempts up, and it would be great if those shot attempts would fall, but what you're also going to get is a little more sloppier basketball, right? Maybe a couple more errant passes. Like, I'm not sure what Oliver was quite thinking there. Maybe a lob, maybe a pass behind the back, or maybe just trying to hit a really tough and cool shot. But, it's just the drawbacks of playing with a lot of faster pace. So I definitely say for the Broncos, for as much as you want to put your foot on their necks, push Maine South down, you have them on the ropes already. And on these long drawn out possessions, they're not doing much because your defense is so good. So I'm not sure if pace is really the answer here.
absolutely, I think big thing is Broncos mid and long range have definitely been their most key points, their offense throughout the season, and as you can see tonight. So it'll just be interesting to see if they keep going with that mid to long range shot, try to draw out possessions, close out this game a little quicker, or are they going to try to drive the basket, get some points on the board? I mean, this is a big Maine South team. A lot of these guys upwards of 180 pounds, still standing at 6'4", 6'5". The height may not be the difference, but the weight definitely is, and you're going to have a couple stronger guys out there.
Yeah, I think that's just natural. You'll always play teams. You'll play big teams. You'll play small teams. You'll play fast teams. You'll play slow teams, But I think one of the things that's different about Barrington is that they're all athletes. They're multi-sport athletes. They know how to respond to adversity throughout multiple sports. And, Maine South might be big, but they're not as fast. I've seen throughout this entire game, Barrington's quicker. They're more agile. They jump to the ball better. They've got better game IQ. This is a great play by Alex Schmitz. But if you just play to your strengths, teams aren't hard to beat. The game isn't hard to play. You just got to know what you're good at and play to that.
Another errant pass by Maine South. It'll be Barrington's ball. I mean, this passing by Maine South has just been terrible. There's no other word for it. Over their head, just completely missing them, or just under their legs, as we saw that one. That pass to Sierra.
Yeah, it's just horrid is the best way to describe it. It's, they started off the game pretty consistent, but it's just been bad pass after bad pass after bad shot. Nothing really going right for them this third quarter. I think this is where Barrington, again, keep your foot on the gas and keep pushing the pace. You will wear out a team, and you will end a team in moments like these.
Absolutely. Barrington. Big
There's a three.
by Nick Piper.
So wide open look for Piper. Looks like he was shooting as the Red Sea was getting parted. Just beautiful shot there by Piper, knocking it down.
Yeah, Piper, not really known as a three-point shooter, but he can do it when he needs to. He's very efficient when he does. Doesn't do it often, but it's good to see him do that. It's just a bad shot by Tyler Sierra of Maine
Sierra
South.
misses that one. I mean, not ideal for Maine South at all. They've let up 11 points. I think 13, 14 points total this half without really responding besides that one layup earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. They've really been sloppy, and they've taken some bad shots, had some bad passes, but Barrington's been very efficient on offense. Right now, 11-point lead as Alex Schmitz is fouled from behind.
I mean, Ryan, the passes have just been so errant. As Jason was alluding to, it looks like they're trying to do a stretch routine, like they're doing yoga. They're reaching above their head, they're reaching below. You know, I mean, they're stretching down to their toes, but it doesn't even matter because the ball is going out of bounds. So,
Exactly.
Maine South just, I mean, can I say they're shooting themselves in the foot this quarter? I mean, 2 points.
Speaking of shooting themselves in the foot, the fouls this period,
Oh, yeah.
this half so far by Maine South have been not ideal. They've given up, I believe, 6 total points to free throws this period. So,
Yeah, I think that's another thing. If you limit fouls, you give yourself a better chance to succeed. But that's exactly what Maine South has not been doing. They've been playing sloppy basketball, and it's showing in the score, They're down 12 right now when they were up, the majority of this game. This is the first time Barrington's had the lead since the first quarter. So just keep extending it here. It's a 13-point lead right now.
they will lengthen this lead. Broncos lead 41-28. Less than 2 seconds remaining. That pass again out of bounds. That might have not been a pass, but I'll call it a pass.
We'll call it a pass.
A heave.
A heave.
I mean, it's been a game. I think Maine South definitely took the first half, but so far, I mean, the Broncos, they've given themselves a cushion and a half as we head into this last quarter of basketball. I mean, what do they need to do? What does Maine South need to do to win this game? What does Barrington need to do to just win? I mean,
I think for Maine South, the big thing for them is obviously quit being so sloppy. Stop throwing the ball away. Stop making bad passes. Stop taking bad shots. You've got 8 minutes to play here. You've got a whole quarter. They've shown that they can compete with this Barrington team at a high level. They need to act like it and play like it this quarter if they want any chance. But again, for Barrington, I think it's just keep pushing the pace. Keep scoring, keep playing hard, keep playing your style of basketball. That's why they've got this 13-point lead, and that's why they're going to continue to build this lead and win this game if they keep playing their brand of basketball. Joan, anything to add?
Well, I think first and foremost, it would have been nice if Maine South showed up with a game script longer than 2 quarters, because it seems like in the second half they just haven't been able to do anything. But, in all seriousness, their passing has just been errant. And the first half, what we were really able to see is that their passing led to some open looks, some good cutting. But when you aren't passing right, when you're doing the fundamentals right, when you're looking like your legs are tired, they're shaky, you're hitting shots too short, I mean, I don't know if there's really much else you can do. Just, I mean, pretty basic. Start making passes and start hitting shots, or else it's going to get out of hand, and I think it already has.
Yeah.
absolutely. As we start this fourth quarter, Broncos lead 41-28. Maine South has one last chance to take the lead, possibly win this game. But I mean, it'll be an interesting quarter. Both these teams have proved they can put points on the board and have proved that they have a good defense, a decent defense. I mean, it's just kind of a matter of who finishes strongest. Maine South starts with Paul. Sotos looking for anything, driving to the basket. Maine South will go.
That was a quick bucket, definitely scripted up in the huddle. I mean, they're going to need some quick buckets to get back in this game. Clearly, I mean, with 8 minutes, and Barrington could definitely slow this pace down if they really wanted to.
Barrington just needs to find an opening. Big opening for Booster Blanc. Will not go. Booster Blanc, sizable player, nearly wide open. And that pass, perfect. A dime.
Tucker gave his some of the starters only a 41-second rest. It seems like he's getting them back out there after 2 quick buckets by the Hawks. I would call them the second one in transition. The first one just bad defense off of an inbound pass.
Yeah, I mean, Tucker, putting his guys back on the floor. I think it's a good take by Bruce. I think it's just unlucky it doesn't fall. But this is the thing. It's the fourth quarter. You got to be smart with the basketball. Yes, you have a lead, but leads can go away like that. They can leave very fast if you don't play the game right. And Maine South, teams can sense when there's blood in the water. And if they can realize that a team is shaky with the lead, they're going to attack that. They're going to look to get that lead back.
Absolutely. Just over 7 minutes remain. Make sure that.
Just don't think there's any reason for Barrington to really play so fast, right? And definitely get back on defense because once you play fast and you turn it over, that's giving Maine South a chance to get back on there very quick.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. There's Nick Piper with the ball. Dribble on Sotos. Oliver Gray now on the wing side. And there's a reach in by Dylan Navarre. That'll be a second foul of the game. Oliver Gray having a decent game so far, 9 points. Alex Schmitz leading the scoring for Barrington at 17. Nick Piper following along with 11. Great game by the big three right there. In the Gabe.
Absolutely big game by Schmitz so far tonight. Massive resurgence in this second half. As Piper look for a way out or a way to shoot. It'll be pass straight to Sierra. Another wide opening. Broncos defense just had no idea that was coming. Everybody had their backs turned on Sierra. I don't know what was going on there, but not an ideal start to this last quarter.
Yeah, definitely. The last two buckets have been just breakdowns on defense. Tucker really not liking that. You can tell from his frustration on the sideline, but there's almost another one. It's shaky getting back on defense. There's another tip away. Maine South they're playing a lot better defense. Something changed in between those quarters right there. Maine South looking like a completely different team through the first 2 minutes here.
Let's start with some sloppy play by Barrington, but Maine South can't be I can't be talking about sloppy play without mentioning Maine South. Those passes last period were not good. They were pretty bad. Piper lays that one in. Gained some points there.
Good return there by Barrington there. Nifty cutting by Piper on the inbound. And I think definitely it's the passes and stuff. When you speak about it, for Barrington, the passes have not been as efficient this quarter, but you can definitely tell how Maine South's playing their defense. They're reaching in. They're trying to attempt to pickpocket. But the one deficit you'll see from that is that they might draw a ton of fouls here, getting Barrington in the bonus.
Definitely. This Maine South Tyler Sierra kid, sophomore, the same. Reminds me a lot of Oliver. Just a smaller Oliver. About 5 and 6 inch difference in height, but very aggressive young player. Probably set to have a really great career in high school and in college.
It's a good pass. Good keep by Schmitz.
Passing around. For any opening, speaking of Oliver, driving to the basket, we'll put it up and it'll go in. Barrington responds. Broncos lead 45-36, just over 5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Big shot. And then South will not go. Rebounded by Schmitz. Oliver now given a lane. Tripped.
Oh.
Both players are down.
Yeah, both staying down, slow to get up. It's Oliver, and it looks to be.
I want to talk about pushing the pace. Oliver, 2 guys behind him, 1 guy defending the paint, said, I'll take it myself, drawing the foul there.
It's 24 Matthew Yadgar for Maine South. So he will hobble off the court. Check it in for him is 34 Michael Misvicki. Misvicki, the 6'4" senior, forward and center. Escaped inbound.
Barrington. Schmitz will go up. Not in. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the quarter in the game. Schmitz will step up to the free throw line.
Slackey's fourth foul right there. He's getting into some foul trouble.
Really good tonight. Seeing if he'll hit these 2.
Maine South have 14 fouls already. They've had some issues with it, Slackey obviously 4 fouls. Some other guys adding a few fouls. Just adds up over time. It's just the definition of lazy, sloppy basketball if you're fouling, If you're playing good enough defense, there's no need to foul. You're not fouling if you're playing good defense. But they clearly have not been.
Alex Schmitz will knock down both his free throws. Broncos have an 11-point lead over the Hawks.
And even if the quick onslaught of layups here and by the Hawks to start off the fourth quarter, we've really been able to see Barrington kind of just keep everything even. Still a double-digit advantage, 11 points, and we're almost halfway through this fourth quarter. So staying strong.
Sierra. Everything swarmed. Number 12, Soto's back to Sierra. Sierra tries the basket, bobbled off the knees, will be in. Piper reaching for it.
Oh, jump ball.
It'll be
Such an arrow says to the Broncos here. Let's look at the ball
Jump
back.
ball.
Barrington having capitalized on these fouls before these out of bounds calls earlier this game. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Piper takes it to the half. Schmitz back to Oliver Gray. Gray, fancy, will not go.
Put a lot of English on that shot.
Thought he was.
Almost another errant pass.
Good defense by Adam Baird. Active hands. It's a 2-on-1 break to Oliver. Up and under, can't go. But Oliver in the corner. From three, there's a spot. Can't hit. Tucker showing his disapproval as he goes to the bench for T-pads here.
A couple chances there for Barrington. Fortunately, nothing there. Nothing that they found.
Oliver's still such a young player. You know, he's got so much time ahead of him, and he's still got time to learn and mature as a player. And some of the immaturity is showing right there. He's got such talent, but just needs to know when it's the right time to do those things, you know?
Absolutely. I think it should be stated also that this is a fairly young head coach for Maine South, only his second year coaching them. I mean, even though their record may not speak for it, going 9-12, they do have notable wins against Lions, TWP, Meadows, Lane Tech, and Buffalo Grove. They do play in a very tough conference against Lincoln Way East and New Trier, Glenbrook South and Glenbrook North, Niles North, and Oswego East. I mean, this team's good. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's just their record doesn't stand for it, and I mean, they've given the Broncos a game to play. Even though the Broncos may be winning by 11, that first half we could definitely see they had a challenge on their hands. So,
yeah, I think Barrington's bounced back really well. You know, you look at the first half and the second half. These are two completely different teams that we're seeing from both teams here. You know, Barrington came out sloppy. They came out slow, tired, sluggish, whatever you want to call it. But they turned it on at halftime. Tucker said something to them that really fired them up. They look like a completely different team in the second half here. Same with Maine South. Maine South played pretty consistent basketball in the first half, and then they came out in the second half sloppy, throwing balls away, bad passes, bad shots. It's added up here. You look at the score. There's an 11-point difference, and that's all evidence or to support the fact that, you know, Maine South just hasn't played good this last few quarters.
Sierra going up for the layup will be fouled. Looked clean from our eyes, but Piper will get that on his record.
11, Tyler Sierra shooting for the Hawks.
Barrington student section. Again, using their noise to attempt to disarray.
Oh, they're doing their best.
May not be as many people as before, but definitely still a vocal bunch, I'd say. You know, in a game like this, you see the loyal fans showing up here. We'll see if they can get Sierra to miss his second here.
Doing their best.
Slam both.
Sierra.
Hawks cut the lead down
Stone
to 9.
cold.
Less than 3 minutes remaining in the game. Gabe swarmed. Piper.
Good pass.
Alec. Oliver.
It's good passing.
In.
And it rolls in.
Beautiful.
A little scared me there. Almost made a too quick of a call, but Oliver drains it. Not a doubt in my mind.
That ball toilet bowled there for a little bit, but still got it to sink.
Yeah.
Broncos 49, Hawks 38. Pass around.
There's
Shot.
Yagar. Can't hit.
Not go.
Over the back. So we foul on 23. That's
Okay.
Jack Slacky. That's his 5th foul to Slacky. So Slacky has fouled out of the game.
Slatke enters the game and swiftly exits it after that foul. Oliver get his chance with free throws again, going perfect 2 for 2 last time he stepped up to the line.
At the line for Barrington, 10, Oliver Gray.
Oliver's shot off the rim. Oliver's second shot in Maine South. 12-point deficit. Spinning. Will not go in.
Great defense.
Rebounded by Broncos. Big pass to Alec. Alec
Oh.
Oliver bounces it out of bounds.
We saw the same thing there, Burks. It's
Indeed.
great outlet pass, and then just Oliver mishandling it. It was almost like the play we had a few plays ago. Same thing, long ball, pass out to Gray, and this time he just couldn't corral it.
To me, it was shades of a third quarter Maine South there.
It's a deep three.
Yeah.
That's Soto's.
Piper. Sierra. Gabe. We're going to take it up the court to Adam. Adam to Oliver. We're back to Adam, swarmed by 2 guys. Hand in the face. Piper. Had that been a better pass, probably would have been wide open for a 3. Piper. Oliver. Hot potato between Piper and Oliver.
I keep it going.
Back to Oliver.
Reminiscent of a hockey power play here, just passing it back. Perhaps not looking for a look, but trying to drain the clock here.
Absolutely. Less than a minute and a half remaining. I mean, this is textbook draining.
That's great passing.
Oh, good.
Ring around the rosy. I mean, everyone touched the ball in that possession. It's a quick free from Sierra that will not drop. Great play right there. Drain the clock, get points, quality possession from Barrington.
These passes, just a little bit too much power on them, in my opinion. Not hitting their guys in the numbers. That big shot from Maine South will not go. Rebounded. It will go in. Less than a minute remaining. Broncos lead 52-40. A 12-point deficit. Maine South, I mean, you have a minute left. What are they going to do?
Well, I think Maine South, you're down 12. Realistically, it's double digits with a minute to go. The chances aren't high. Obviously, crazier things have happened, but if they want any chance, they need to get the ball off of this inbound from Barrington. They need to win every loose ball, any ball that's played in. They need to have. If they don't get it, they need to foul right away and put them at the line. But again, that's not reliable. Barrington's an exceptionally good team at free throws, and I just don't see it being likely that Maine South can get back into this one.
I agree wholeheartedly, Ryan. I just think, again, you foul, you try and go for a steal, and if you get the steal, you let it fly. I don't care if it's from the logo or not, if it's from the circle, the IHSA logo. I mean, you're throwing up a three-pointer here because you're down realistically. Yeah, in theory, 3 possessions, but really 4 possessions. And then, again, you need the Broncos to just miss their free throws. No student section, maybe get that they really have here, but maybe get the parents to get a little bit loud, try and hope for a Barrington miss. But, I mean, don't want to get premature here, but we got 59 seconds left and a 12-point advantage for the Broncos. Looking pretty bright.
Couldn't agree more. Less than a minute remains. Broncos lead 52-40. This could be for the game, as Barrington will start with the ball. They'll look to drain clock. Maybe put a last-minute shot up. Gabe to take it out. Piper.
They swarm right away.
Stolen.
That's exactly what I said. You got to win it.
Points. Yabgar with that layup. Here's the foul on Adam Baird.
I'll say, outside of that third quarter, really for Maine South, we've seen their team play very close, which I think, again, it's reminiscent of how they play out of their conference, right? 9-5. They're going to play every team tight. It's just really in the third quarter they kind of lost control. Maybe, second-year head coach. Obviously, I mean, they're not, world beaters because, they have a losing record, but they played a close game. Just one quarter of just huge and major incompetency, I'd say. from their part.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think, you take that third quarter out, I think this game is far closer. Maybe only a 2-3 point lead for Barrington. But it's just, Maine South really shot themselves in the foot with that one. One sloppy quarter, and the game is where it is now.
Sierra's shot will not go. And no idea what that was on, but
So faulty whistle that the ref said. It's be Maine South ball coming out.
South with the ball. Sierra looking to put up some quick points. 30 seconds remaining. Will not go. Back out of bounds. It'll be Maine South's ball. 26 seconds remaining. Broncos lead by 8.
And here come the seniors.
Well,
All the seniors checking back in. Connor Baird, Tyler Schultz, Ricky Choice, and Owen Hart as they come in to close out this game with Gabe. A touching moment, you could say.
Heartwarming.
and I mean, all the seniors have come in now to close out this game. Ricky Choice, Tyler Schultz, Connor Baird, Gabe Gapin, and Owen Hart in. As 23 seconds remain. Barrington seemingly has this sealed. Fouled at the line will be Dylan Navarre. I mean, pretty good game and definitely a big step up by Barrington this second half, both in their defense and offensive abilities. Good on them.
Definitely. I think, third quarter, Maine South shoots himself in the foot, but also Barrington very, very good on offense. They took their shots. They scored them. They just played overall great basketball, and that was really what separated these two teams, I think, today.
Absolutely. Hart will take it out to Baird. Will be topped out of bounds. Baird to inbound. 17 seconds remaining. Schultz will take.
Student section begging him to shoot it.
Choice. Looking around, and they'll tap it around as the game will close. Broncos win 54-44 on senior night. Broncos take home the W. My name is Jason Zaylor. Tonight I was joined by Ryan Sadler and Jonah Burks. Thank you for joining us. Guys, what else do you have to say?
I mean, overall, I think Barrington, they faced adversity really well. They were punched a few times, but they got back up and punched right back. Winning by 10 points. It's a big win against a good Maine South team. I think overall it's just well played by the Broncos. They really fought through this game and played 100%. What about you, Jonah?
I mean, you couldn't have said it perfect. I mean, said it better. Like, you come out slow in the first half, right? But they brought the second half aggression. They really asserted their dominance in the third quarter. And what do you know? You win by double digits. You come out on top. We love to see it. Is there anything better?
Is there anything better? No, there is not. Broncos win. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everybody.